ChatGPT launches November of 22.
That's right.
And you say, I'm going to close my doors,
That's
shut
right.
down for 2 weeks, and I am going to lock myself in and learn AI.
I did. And so when I did that, I found that when I first went on ChatGPT, that the results were very generic. And this is when a lot of people gave up.
Yeah.
Like you go and you type into ChatGPT,
Yeah.
you get back something very generic or you're unimpressed with it and you quit. But I kept going and said, well, what if I could turn ChatGPT into my ghostwriter? What if I could turn it into my coach? What if I could? So I started really diving in and playing around with it until I got to the point where I said, that's it. Everything's changed. My business has completely changed. I'm an AI consultant now. I'm going all in and teaching entrepreneurs and the workforce how we can really leverage this tool.
I mean, you said you were sitting at a conference that you were speaking at,
Yes.
2015.
Yes.
And some young teenager
15 years old.
gets up
Right.
and uses this whole AI tool.
Right.
And you were like, yo, what is happening?
Right.
I'm behind.
Yeah, it was a Walmart Tech Live, which was the event. So I'm the second speaker, the first one, 15 years old, and he is talking about IBM Watson. And he shows us how in 2011, IBM Watson, an AI tool, beat the nation's best Jeopardy champions at a game of Jeopardy. And I see how this computer is interacting as if it is human and answering the questions, and it wins $1 million. Never know what they did with $1 million, but IBM Watson won the $1 million. So I became so interested in artificial intelligence, and I started using the early AI tools, but ChatGPT really changed everything for me.
I mean, ChatGPT, I did not learn about ChatGPT until 2023. So a year after it had already been out in the world, you were already a consultant at this point.
Right.
And I learned about ChatGPT. A friend of mine who's in tech was like, Brandy, you haven't used ChatGPT yet? And I'm like, no, what is that?
Right.
And he tells me about it. I go on to my laptop and I was like, yo, if I had this in school, I would have been
Come on.
I would have been a killer.
Come on.
Listen, I wouldn't have been out there flunking and withdrawing from classes.
That's right. That's
Listen,
right. Yeah.
I mean, so before we talk about how to prompt it, before we
Yes.
talk about how do we scale our business, I want you to bust the myth because
Right.
it's a whole lot of people. Before we get down this rabbit hole of chat
Right.
and all the other forms, I mean, we got Claude, we got Perplexity, we got DeepSeek, we got all the things,
Right.
right? There's some of y'all out here, I already know, you got your Bible in one hand and you're scared. You're sitting up here like, Lord, I'm not doing no ChatGPT. That's the devil.
Right.
That's demonic. What
Right.
would you say?
Right. Here's the thing. It's about progress. It's about the revolution that we're in right now. We've been through plenty of industrial revolutions. And when someone tells me that it feels like they're cheating or ChatGPT is evil or AI is evil, I ask them, did you use your washing machine this week? Have you used your washing machine this week?
Girl, yes. Uh-huh.
Well, why would you do that? Because you're supposed to wash your clothes by hand, right? If you don't want to use the technology and the progress, where's your washboard? So we think about how our lives have progressed with our dishwashers, our washing machines, our technology. We're driving cars right now instead of horse and buggy. AI is just the next revolution that we're in. We're in the AI revolution right now. And for many people, it can be scary. And there are things with artificial intelligence that are legit to fear, the voice cloning, what we need to do is we need to be educated about what is possible with AI, what we need to be aware of with artificial intelligence. So for the people that have a lot of fear, I say, well, this, AI is just advancing every day. Today is the worst that AI technology will ever be. Right now, it's progressing every millisecond. While this show is airing right now, there's so much advancements in AI. So you have to pay attention to it. There's no, well, maybe I'll pay attention to it or I can ignore it for now. No, you need to pay attention to it and then see how you can leverage it. This is the real key. It's like, well, what does it mean to me? And when we figure out like what it means to you and how you can take advantage of artificial intelligence, that's when the fear becomes, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Right. And so as an example, I used to teach Sunday school, and AI would help me prep my lessons. I'd make great worksheets.
Wait a minute, Alicia. Not chat helping you with your Sunday school lessons.
Absolutely. Because now I can dive deeper into it, and it's helping me by being a coach and a study guide for me. So it helps me in every aspect of our lives as we think about how we can leverage it. But you have to see, all right, how is it relevant to me? How can I leverage it and use it?
I was recently at a summit in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And there was a senior vice president from Cisco.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the sessions were really geared around AI.
Right.
I mean, optimization, implementations, all these different ways. And what she said on that stage was really, really powerful.
Okay.
Because she said, people keep saying, oh my God, AI is going to take our jobs. It's
Right.
taking jobs.
Right.
And what she said on that stage has stuck with me. She said, AI is not going to take your job. She said, the person who knows how to use AI is going to take your job.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're in a time right now where you need to level up. Everyone needs to level up. So we always think about the fact that, all right, AI, if you're using AI, you are going to become more productive and more efficient. So if you're interviewing for a job, two people are interviewing for a job, and one person says, you know what, I can complete that task in 14 minutes because using AI, I do my market research, I do this, and the other person says it would take me about 3 days to complete that task. So now, and they're not talking about any of the tools that they're using. You're really now listening to the person who can complete it in 14 minutes. So it's about being more productive and efficient. In our business, we have a policy called AI First. So every person, every staff member in our business needs to use an AI tool to complete their task. Like, look and see what AI tool you can use to complete the task as you're doing things for me and for the business and for our clients, because we need you to be more productive and more efficient. So we're, encouraging a lot of entrepreneurs and corporations to say, well, think about an AI first policy so that you do become more efficient. And it's allowed us to scale so quickly, and it makes for a happier workforce too.
Alicia, they heard it first. The team sitting behind these cameras, they have heard it first. We now have an AI first policy. Go ahead and just run the tape back. Go ahead and clock the T. Listen, AI first policy.
Yeah.
Because I think that that's so good, because it allows you to work smarter,
Correct.
not harder. It allows you to get other ideas that you may not have thought about.
Correct.
See things in a way that you may not have seen them before.
Correct.
And I think that that's the tool that people are missing when they're saying, I won't touch AI.
Right. And when you think about, let's talk about this episode. So after this episode, airs, we've got the recording of the episode. I'm going to put it into a tool called Opus Clip. And then that tool will break it into, maybe 20 different segments that I can put up on social media to promote this episode. Now, to make 22 clips of an hour-long episode would have taken my girl that does it about 4 days in the past. But it's going to take Opus 7 minutes or less to make the same 22 videos. And
captions.
It's going to give you captions. It's going to give you, the context for it. It's going to tell you how likely which video is to go viral in 7 minutes versus 4 days. So now that same girl that used to do it, she's the one that will actually do it in Opus, download the videos, but her production time to get something done has now dramatically just been cut from 4 days to 7 minutes so she can do more to really get our business ahead. And this is how you need to think about AI as you're scaling it yourself or as your team members are using it.
If that blessed you, trust me, you've only scratched the surface. There's so much more wisdom, truth, and transformation waiting in the full conversation. Click the link in the caption below to watch the entire interview, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Vault Empowers Talks.